respected and being,
Yes.
Colton's an awesome player.
Oh,
We
Colton is.
enjoy
He
playing,
is so respectable, and I would never ever think that he would be
but
one of
he's
those
facing
guys.
Victini. Ooh.
Well, so my experience is if you can go first against Victini and whatever VMAX you are, and you can get set up before he's able to snipe you, that's huge. The problem is he's going to be running Crobats. Not a good start
Yes.
for the Victini
But he
player.
did get to go first, like you said here, and this is important. The crushing hammers are not that important against Victini V in my mind here, personally, because it's a 3-1. He's running 2 different versions of Victini V. He got the Sword and Shield one, and then the new Battle Styles one. Interesting decision on that. I'm actually kind of interested in why Claudio is doing that. And then 3 Victini VMAX, so a 4-3 line, 2 Dedenes, 1 Cramorant, 1 Crobat, 1 Heatran, 1 Reshizard, 1 Eldegoss, and 1 Mew for the bench protection. And only 11 fire energy. So, but we got the Yveltal down and an energy placed on the Eternatus with a professor sitting in hand and 2 crushing hammers and a boss. So kind of annoying that he's going to probably have to get rid of that boss. Oh, and return fire. Oh, this is crushing hammer versus crushing hammer. That hurts.
Crushing hammer. You just got to love it, right? It's such a great card for the Greedent cannot come fast enough.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about that on the cast. All right, I am going to open up the betting for those who are in chat and watching. It's going to be top and bottom again for 2 minutes. Get your bets in. Bottom is Colton. Top is Arkeldio with the Victini V. So I'm betting. Let's see who I'm betting.
Victini V, I think, is looking pretty good right now. So this is definitely a winning in game right now. The loser is not out because there is more rounds after this. But it just assures that you don't need to win next round for sure. So if the winner of this game is definitely making cut to try to advance towards, a spot in that top 8 to have a chance to go on and win.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Who's going to get the mats? We'll try and see what what the meta is like in between the rounds there. So we'll definitely for the top 8. I'm really curious, and I think it's kind of going not as 100% as we expected, but there's the hammer hitting because he got the 4 energy down, missing once.
So the problem is Colton's a little in trouble with those hammers just hitting or getting hit against him. So if he could get the Eternatus, no, you don't want to do. Maybe he does.
He needs to evolve.
So he needs to get another Etern out there, and he needs to energy excel.
Yes, okay. There we go. So he can place that down, do a little ping damage here and there. It doesn't really help him in this match.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashton, for getting donked.
No, did he just get donked? No.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, and Chuck. Good thing we didn't watch Chuck.
Yeah. We didn't want to put that on there. We were going into this. I'm sorry for you two getting donked. That is unfortunate for sure.
Well, bet you got. I'm gonna close the betting. I'll reopen it, but you can bet from this guy's match. So exclamation point bet top or bot, and then a number, and that will trigger it for you. 3-1 Colossal.
3-1 Colossal. Let's go. Let's go.
Is.
Just one more win away from making cut with Colossal. Who would have thought that going into any tournament, really?
Yeah. Betting is back open.
Betting is open.
All right. So the Victini. So we're still Colton's turn here. He's trying to figure out what he needs to be doing. I believe you attack with you don't want to put the Eternatus V up there. There's no.
Well, you can put the Eternatus V up there to energy acceleration.
Yeah, but then he's going to get knocked out either way.
Fine. It's fine. He's going to get knocked out either way with a boss. I would energy excel.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing, right? If you just put the energy down on one at this point, I don't. This is a tough call. Or do you quick ball and grab something else? I think you get rid of the quick ball actually. Okay, so there we got that. I don't know if you play the second or the third Eternatus down. I think that would be a bad idea because you already got the second one down.
Well, the thing is, if he bosses, he's going to take that Eternatus out most likely because the Crobats are there, great, but he wants to have a backup attacker after the second Eternatus. So if he can do that, it might be beneficial for sure.
Right.
While we're doing this, maybe we can get let's see what's going on for the next round for possibly trying to find somebody.
Sure, yeah, we'll make sure we do that better rather than the mad dash. But I'll keep everyone up to date on that while Jake is looking into that for us. Colton is debating a lot here, getting the Absol, debating. It's not really going to be that much of a help right now, especially with the Victini VMAXs, but it's something to get down onto the bench. And I think you leave the Yveltal up there for now because its retreat is so handy. It's interesting that he's not running the Spirit Tomb version. Let me double check what Colton is actually going off in his deck. So he has a 4/4 line, 4 of the Eternatus, a 4 Crobat Vs, 2 Goons, 2 Yveltals, 1 Absol, 1 Hoopa from Darkness Ablaze. So it's the one that with the Chaos Gate attack, I believe it's called, for 90 damage if it's from the bench to active. 4 Marnies. Okay, so he's run 7 Dark Energy and 3 Weakness Guards, which I think is a good call for energy right now in this version. But no Spear Tombs, which is interesting, but I think it's also a good play because they're pretty easy pickings for the rapid strikes at this point. Yes, he only has 2 Goons, but the Yveltals, they're 110s. It's always that give and take there. But he has 1 Chaotic Swell, 1 Pay
This can come down, right?
2 Pokemon.
It's just a question of whether this
and 4 Great Balls. 4 Great Balls is an interesting call with only 18 Pokemon in the deck. I don't know. I think I would have done a switch stat with the Pokemon Comes and the Great Balls. But hey, he's our 2-time champ. I am not, and he's done it with Eternatus. So,
and he did it with Eternatus against you.
Yes.
So
but
he
you know
knows
what
his Eternatus for sure.
One of the main differences between this Eternatus deck that we looked at before with Zordaz is he's running that 1 Phoebe, which I think is massively important. In the meantime, while that was happening, though, we have a Heatran down who got weldered into 2 energy on it. Woo! That is a scary sight because that sucker can come up and just wallop off an Eternatus VMAX if it wants to.
Yeah.
So Jake, if you're the Victini VMAX player, what is your goal here? What are you trying to do right now?
So my goal here is to, well, depending on exactly the board. Okay, so the boards that you don't want to take that necessarily that knockout on the active, but he's spreading flames to just kind of set himself up for next turn. So he's okay if he loses this Victini, because it only has 1 energy. He's setting up the other. So he could definitely come back with the Heatran and try to hit into that Eternatus.
Okay.
I don't know if I would have put the knockout. He has the knockout. I don't know if I would have put the second fire energy on the active, because you could definitely get knocked out. He could have easily Giant Hearth next turn if he didn't get knocked out and do something.
Don't Marnie here. Here's the thing. Don't Marnie, because your fire opponent was not able to respond. I would not bother monitoring at this point.
This is one of those times you got to read the board situation, and you notice that they didn't play the optimal turn, so don't potentially help them out.
Yeah. So this is going to be 2 quick prize. Don't know.
He'll Crobat.
I guess. Yeah, get the Crobat. I guess. Yeah, at this point.
He'll take knockout, and he's still set up nicely. Welder. So that's what 100, 200.
Oh.
So if
take out the Heatran now. Take out the Heatran.
Heatran is the biggest threat right now.
Yeah, take it out. Take it out.
The problem is if you take out the Heatran this turn, you could potentially get two Victini VMAXs out there, and then you have to go through other things. But that is the way to ensure you're not getting knocked out next turn, because if Heatran was able to get a welder on him, he can definitely just knock out a full health Eternatus. So
but I think the other kicker is he has the Dedenne and the Crobat down. This is a Victini V that has not been able to establish anything else, unfortunately. And this is kind of a killer for it. The fact that we have not seen
this might be a Dedenne to change the game here. So we'll see what happens there.
But that gives Colton a lot of opportunity here. Says he's going to get 1 more energy down on one of his only Eternatus that's down on the board right now. And then he can Marnie and does at this point, and then pull up what he needs. There's that Battle Styles Victini V into the VMAX Victini V from the Pokemon communication. Down it goes.
His active will get 2-shot. Yeah, it'll be 220. So he'll have to 2-shot the active, and if he in the meantime on this next turn can get a second VMAX going up, and then we'll get knocked out and then respawn knockout, and then the next turn bosses, he still has that path to victory for sure.
Right. And I'm sorry to interrupt because I just realized, remember, he professored away one boss already, Colton did.
Okay.
So we know he's down. He has 3 in his deck. He only has 1 left somewhere. We don't know if it's in the deck or if it's prized right now, which is really important in this matchup. So the fact that he can only take out number 2, I mean, you gotta go start hitting one of these Victini V Maxes down. Gengar. Oh wow.
Yep,
Gengar
he's
Mimikyu Omastar
Gengar.
4-0. We have one of those in this. I didn't even. I'm looking
Yep,
at that.
9 points.
Wow.
So that's
Killbless.
maybe something that we could get in the last round. I think next round we want to try to maybe jump over to JW Kriwall. He's playing Orbeetle, and at the moment he is I think he's 2-1, and it looks like he is in a good position to win the game he's going on right now. So we might be doing that for the next one, but that Omastar might be for the next guy. So, somehow he lost energy. Was that a crushing hammer?
Hammers.
That might have actually been very decisive in the game for the Victini player. Crushing hammer having a huge effect on the game, like always.
It's always been the kicker for Eternatus, and this is why one of the reasons why I think we've always talked about like experience share being such an important factor for Eternatus, because of this situation where you can still place the 1 energy, get knocked out, and then return. Because if he wants to knock out that Victini VMAX, which I believe he can do the damage to, then I got some food coming in. Yeah. So
that's horrible.
But he can now, so he's not going to knock it out this turn. Oh, the
problem is, if everything goes right for Colton at this point, he'll get knocked out, but he'll have damage, so he can maybe hit with the Evital or the Hoopa next turn, but that's still just really putting himself down for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because this is 3 prizes. Well, I mean, if he takes 3, he only needs the 1, but he has to go through a big boy probably without that boss is in play. Yeah, this is oh man, that hammers. Oh, he used Fan of Waves.
Yeah,
thank you, Shuri, for that. Sharon, thank you for that input. Appreciate that. Missed that one. I didn't even realize. See, that's why I talked about Fan of Waves is Crushing Hammers 2.0 in my mind, because special energy is going to be
special energy is everywhere right now, and it's only going to get more available with the 2 special energies for rapid and single strike. So it's definitely going to play a huge factor. So Colton can take. Okay, so I'm trying to think here.
Yep.
So he's 3 prizes away. The problem is he has no energy on the board, and it could really, really mess his game plan. So he can't take knockout on the active.
Yeah, you play it, get rid of a switch, don't grab anything, fire off the Crobat, try and get 6. Double check how much energy he has in the deck. This is a play that separates us, I believe, from a top tier player, is the ability to look through and slow the game down a little bit here. And that's what he has to do right now. He kind of has to change up his strategy but I just realized I didn't even think about this. You can slow down and not be impacted that bad here, because it's the Victini V in play, not the VMAX.
Very true.
Okay, he got the boss. He got get rid of that.
So he doesn't have energy though. That's the problem. He doesn't have energy.
Well, he has a Marnie. That's true.
So there's not a lot of options for him, because even if he would respond with a hit this turn, he's just a little bit behind. I think what you can potentially do is try to hit that hammers, obviously fail there, and then maybe Marnie, try to get an energy in play. That's fair. You put that at the bottom. That does definitely help you find the energy. He has 2 energies left in deck. The problem is he doesn't have a lot left in deck, and he needs both of those energies. And he needs, he has, I think he's just 1 turn behind with that Fan of Waves, and if there's another Fan of Waves, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
I think he played optimally for what he had, what his situation is, but I think he's just a little bit behind. If the Victini player, he can take knockout here and boss for win the turn after. Here it is.
Here's the Crushing Hammers.
And I think that's
going to shut down the game. Yep. unfortunately, that can be. It's in such an amazing factor how impactful it can be. It's so frustrating on multiple ends in my mind with that, because of crushing hammers can dictate. Yes, it's going to be necessary. It's going to be 100% necessary, because crushing hammers isn't going. Fade Away's crushing hammer, and we have Pokemon who are going to
Flannery. The Pokemon doesn't matter. It's energy or items and supporters. You can still Giratina. And if there's any other additional ones that I'm not thinking of, or any new ones, it won't affect that. But you won't have that Flannery play. You won't have, like in Expanded, you won't have Faba. You won't have those things to really mess with your energy as far as supporters and items.
I just realized I muted myself trying to eat.
So yeah, that boss is painful.
Then he's just gonna. Oh, this is so frustrating to watch right now. The horrors I'm seeing here. Yeah, you put the Yveltal up.
Victini VMAX is no joke, to be sure.
No, not at all. It's such an easy threat to the 220 range. Metal hates it with a passion. And this is, I mean, I don't know if post Welder though Victini V is going to be all that great. It's still going to be pretty effective, but
post Welder, the problem with the great thing about Victini, it does not need that.
It does, it doesn't really need it, but like
its game plan compared to most fire decks is go first, attach, evolve, attach, boss, kill, instead of having to. So I don't know if this hammers means anything, but so Colton's just not getting the hammerheads that he needs. So what could happen here is he could still take, if there's one prizer, he could still take the knockout on this Victini. I think that's the play to do. And then hopefully take knockout on something else after that. But other than that, it's looking kind of rough for him.
Right. There's no good way to dish out a lot of damage here in time. I don't know if putting the goon. Oh, that hurts. Getting that,
there's the well played. So it does look like Caldeo 70.
Doing Eldegoss.
No!
My jeez.
Oh, you just can see he's like, I don't want any more piece of that. He's just, I'm out. I am out.
So rough.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, while we're still in.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at another one of our videos here. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe. It goes a long way in helping us grow. Remember, we release a podcast episode once a week on all the major platforms. We also stream every Friday on Twitch and make a Whimsy Watch monthly report.